This June, let's celebrate love, inclusion, and community pride as Midtown Association lights up Sacramento with a series of special events for Pride Month. Let's welcome Emily Bain-Michaels, Executive Director of the Midtown Association, and we have Beth Hassett from the organization Weave. Hello to the both of you.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so Emily, I wanted to start off with you talking about what's the work of the Midtown Association and why is inclusion vital in your district?
Absolutely. You know, folks know Midtown for a lot of different reasons in Midtown Association, for things like Second Saturday, for the Midtown Farmers Market. Midtown Association is all about creating a vibrant and exciting cultural hub for Sacramento in Midtown. And part of that includes the home of the LGBTQ plus community right there in Midtown in Lavender Heights.
And you often say Midtown, love is a verb. Could you elaborate on what that means a little bit?
Yeah, in Midtown, we really believe in being in action to support, protect our community members. And that's why things like celebrating Pride Month is so important. We believe that taking a visible stand on behalf of the business community to make sure that everybody feels welcome in Midtown is critical.
That's great to hear. And there's a lot of stuff going on for Sacramento Pride Month. So can you tell us some of those key events that are happening?
Absolutely. Now, there's a large Pride Festival that we encourage people to visit the LGBT Center to learn more about. In addition, we also have banners that are on J Street that are celebrating Midtown's Pride. We are lighting up Sutter's Fort in rainbow colors, the outside of that, so you can go check that out. And then we have a really important training that we've partnered with Beth, with Weave, and her whole team to deliver that talks about gender rights and pronouns in the workplace.
Yes, and I mean, Beth, you're associated with Weave. I've had the pleasure of going to your store multiple times, but talk about Weave and how it educates and furthers inclusion.
Well, when Weave was founded back in the 70s, it was really seen as a woman's issue, domestic violence and sexual assault, and we know that it can affect everybody. So it's important to us that anybody, regardless of what their gender identity is or their gender itself, knows that they can get help from Weave and get the support they need if they've been a victim of domestic violence or sexual assault.
And I mean, you're putting the action behind the words. Tell us about your gender inclusion workshop.
Yeah, it's a great workshop that we do for anyone in the community. It's free. We're conducting one next week at the Midtown Association, but it's really designed to make sure that businesses understand that it's important to use pronouns. When you use the correct pronouns and gender inclusive language, it sends the message, I don't know you, you don't know me, but this is a way we can be respectful and have a dignified start to our relationship.
And tell us about the impact that these and ongoing educational efforts have made.
You know, we see so many more people who identify as non-binary or LGBTQ plus come through Weave. And, you know, the LGBTQ plus community in Sacramento is huge per capita. We're 7th in the country for large cities and 3rd in the state of California. So these are our friends and neighbors and coworkers and patrons, and it's important that we make sure they feel comfortable coming to our businesses and getting help.
Yeah, and it's important that we start these conversations. Pride Month is a great way to do so, but why is it important to continue to have these conversations beyond Pride Month and throughout the year?
I mean, I love awareness months, but I think we should be aware all year long, and it's important that we just infuse this into the way that we talk to people and the way that we treat people so that everybody feels valued and feels safe in our communities.
Well, we're thankful for Weave and the Midtown Association for starting those conversations. Thank you both so much. All right, and to our viewers, to learn about Weave's work to promote safe and healthy relationships and support survivors, you can go to weaveinc.org and find out about the Midtown Association and its work to build an inclusive environment in the Central City by going to exploremidtown.org/inclusive.